Smatlengi, appreciate your time as always. Maybe firstly to start on the purpose of the visit by the ANC's NEC officials to the province of KwaZulu-Natal. We know that this is a province that, of course, you've had great interest in terms of ensuring that it rebuilds itself. And so is that by and large the purpose of why you're here?
Yes, without a doubt. That is a continuation of the commitment that we made at the time. Remember when there was a moment when we inaugurated the current provincial task team, the NEC made a commitment that we will make regular visits to the province of KwaZulu-Natal in order to ensure that the program of the ANC that is being implemented across the country finds resonance in this province. So it is nothing untoward. It is nothing that needs to give any speculation. It is a case of what the ANC does all the time as part of inspecting, assessing the performance of its structures and giving guidance, more than anything, giving guidance so that we don't deal with things when they are now at a boiling point. And so that is what it is.
Ms. Matling, we can't though ignore the fact that at some point last year, I think it was on the sidelines of the NGC, where the Secretary General did speak about possibly making some changes to the structure. He even used the word that the structure is bloated. And the feeling was that, of course, the visit is about possibly restructuring the current PTT.
Well, there's nothing that's off the table, but we're not there yet, Ayanda. We are still in meeting with regions. We left this building at about 2 a.m. and having met 3 regions. And I can safely say that those included Musogupega and followed by, well, the last one being Noghambanyawa. I have got to just remember the third one. But and you can tell the brain is foggy. And today we have to meet all the 8 regions and to interact with them intimately about matters that have to do with the implementation of the program of action of the African National Congress. So the comments of the Secretary General will constitute, we have to take this report to the National Working Committee and take this report to the National Executive Committee, but more specifically to the NWC. And then on reflection of what we would have found here, then there may be changes. I can't rule it out, but that's not really the focus of this visit. The focus of this visit is to reinforce our team and to motivate our team.
But prior to arrival, I would imagine, Ms. Matling, that obviously when you hold the NEC meetings, you do get regular updates from your different provinces. Prior to your arrival, were there any problem areas with the leadership in KwaZulu-Natal? There, of course, has been concerns in terms of the rebuilding, that it's not at the level where I think as national leaders you would have wanted it to be, considering as well the loss of support for the ANC, particularly in this province. There's also been somewhat of delays. I won't call it a failure, but delays to act in municipalities in this province as well, and all said to be largely because of the challenges around leadership.
Well, of course, we're really concerned. And I would agree with you that we are concerned at the pace of the rebuilding process. That is why this engagement is so important. I mean, some of the things that we learned from regions yesterday, quite pleasing, but they don't often find their way to, to the reports that go to national. And so, I mean, the lesson for me was, this generalization is so dangerous because we could demobilize our members. I mean, we've got some regions that are doing amazing work. So we want to have a full sense of that, the full set of facts, the picture, and also we want all parties to the table. Must commend our structures for their discipline in respect of the visit of the Secretary General, the way they have deported themselves since yesterday morning and up until now as we continue with the 4th region which is the Musadlatla region. And yes, indeed, you're correct, Ayanda. We've always said this ourselves. One of the things that we normally do is to concede as the ANC, is to concede where we have had wrongs. And with the slow pace of the rebuilding process, there's a concern about that. And we hope that we will walk away with a very clear plan and clear time frames to ensure that where we have not set up the branch task teams, for example, that is done within a particular time frame. But we must also say that and commend many of our regions that have already set up election structures and all of that, much to our surprise. And so, yeah, I think the narrative is positive.
I'll leave it there, Ms. Matleng, considering that we'll probably catch up with you again tomorrow. You will have had a chance then to engage with the other regions, but just maybe something on the side, if you wouldn't mind assisting us here. The Constitutional Court ruling yesterday, we know that matters around the royal family and the succession is something that as the ANC you've also been quite interested to, considering it affects people in this province. Just a response from the ANC on the finality of that matter with the Constitutional Court ruling basically in favor of King Msuzulu.
We welcome that as the African National Congress. We have been vocal in calling for stability in the AmaZulu nation. We have been vocal in ensuring that the legacy of the forebears that came before the current Isilo Samabandla is not washed away through all these endless court battles. We have been unequivocal in joining the royal family in defending, including in the court papers, including the president, joining the royal family in defending the legitimacy of the affirmation of the Isilo Samabandla as the legitimate king of AmaZulu people. And so we hope that this chapter starts now to wind down, come to an end, and to allow Isilo to be able to continue leading the people, and that Isilo also contributes, such as what was done by Mbane, to contribute to development, to promoting cohesion. He's already doing that, and as the African National Congress, we watch all of that and marvel at the fact that this is a continuation of the work that was done by Mbane. So we welcome it and wish that all our people can welcome this, and that we ensure that the maximum stability. There is stability that you can see in Ndlunkulu compared to previously, but I think this does cement that perspective, and our people should be assured that there is that stability, because the stability of Ndlunkulu usually is indicative of the stability of the nation.